guys think about it? Were we pleased with the way it turned out?
Awesome.
I thought it was awesome.
For our first show, I was well pleased.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome too. I mean, I knew it was going to be a pretty good turnout, but I thought it was real good. Plus, it was a hot 1st of July. Everybody, a lot of people was on vacation and stuff like that, you know. But it was a good time. A lot of people, a lot of fun had.
I think we estimated 200 cars or more. Probably 500 people come through here.
Yeah, I would think it's more than that.
And it may have been more through traffic. It was really hard to keep up with as far as, because it was a cruise in, people were in and out all day long. People that just kind of was out on the street came in to see what was going on. But there was some interaction with some of the folks. Understand the first hot rod truck that you guys built was here, and it was sitting right out front.
Yeah, the AAA glass truck. I don't remember what year Ford is, but it's a Ford on a S10 chassis with a big block, 2 4s. It's awesome. I think it was 49. It's an awesome truck, and it was. I think we built that thing like 2010, so it's been around for a little while, and still one of my favorites.
And it was, the guy was still pleased with it.
Oh yeah,
and
he drives it all the time.
Had a little camper hook behind it, and the camper had air conditioning in it.
Yeah.
And I stuck my head in there from time to time. And see, that was one of the other things too. You know, we started out like 3 or 4 days before, and we had a little powwow and said, you know what? After 9 o'clock, you know, if it doesn't get done, it's not going to get done. We're going to spend our time interacting with people and visiting and all that sort of thing. And I don't know if that ever happened. Everybody was running
so busy that I don't even know who I spoke to and who I didn't speak to. It's a blur.
I was the same way. I hated. I felt like I was rude to some people. I didn't mean to be by no means, you know, but it just wanted to make sure everything was going smooth and everybody was having a good time.
We needed 4 or 5 more guys.
We did.
To help.
We did.
I was a new kid on the block. I didn't know a whole lot of people.
Well, and that was the thing too. I mean, you know, you out there walking around, and all of a sudden you come face to face with somebody you hadn't seen in 10 years. And I mean, it just.
And you wanted to sit there and talk for 10 or 15 minutes, but you couldn't. I mean, just too busy. Yeah.
We need to give a shout out to Shellville Pinups with Michelle and Tracy. They did a fantastic job with the pinup contest. Our very own Kristen was in the pinup contest and gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I tried.
She did a very good job. She walked right up. She was. What was your pinup name?
I was Rollback Daddy.
Rollback Daddy. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yes, it was. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to get back with Uptown, but I mean, they had a line all day long.
Yeah. I talked to them for a few minutes after things got calmed down, and they said that they were slammed all day.
We also need to make sure, and this was probably one of our bigger contributors, and there was a ton of them, but O'Reilly's Auto Parts with Joey Chipwood, he come up. They all stepped up. I mean, we give out door prizes.
Those guys were not getting paid or anything.
No.
They done that on their day off, and they went over and above what was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect anything, but they stepped well.
Another mainstay of the show was the Annalee Band. Those guys, they were awesome. And you know, the whole time leading up to the show, people say, who you got playing for a band? Well, we got the Annalee Band. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So the anticipation was very high on that.
The Pinstripe girl was good.
Oh,
She stayed busy all day.
Billy Thompson. Billy Thompson did a fantastic job. She actually striped the truck that won the wild card trophy.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And man, she's just so cool and just laying those lines, and it was fun just to watch her. Trashy Betty, Melissa Runyon was down there doing up the girls. Christina Hartnett, she was one of our pinup girls. Gorgeous, gorgeous. She grabbed your heart and squeezed it. But she did some interviews with some of the guys out here. So that was a help, and it wouldn't have happened without everybody in this room and then everybody that showed up. So we have to tell everyone, you know, thank you and appreciate you coming out.
Chevrolet pickup truck. Customized myself, built frame and all. Built it mainly for me and my grandson to go to car shows with. My best thing I like is my Jack Daniel's overflow bottle on the other side.
Tell us what you brought to the Mclees car show today.
It's a 1966 Chevy Corvair. Interior, the whole, everything's original on it, like I say, except for the wheels.
What kind of motor does it have?
It's got a, they call it a flat 6 air coupe.
Oh.
And the motor's in the rear.
Oh, really?
Yes. And the engines in them, actually they put them in airplanes in the early 50s and 60s. Well, they still run some of them in some airplanes. Change the carburetors and the intakes on them and they run upside down. My daddy always said that was a poor man's Porsche.
I had my old truck there for 20 years, and my middle son, he paid Troy to fix it up for me for my birthday, and that was the first truck that Troy ever hot rodded. That was the first one he done, and done a perfect job on it. So 49 with a 454 in it. But I love it. That's Troy's favorite truck. Yes, sir.
Wonder Woman's hobbies are cruising in the invisible jet, fighting crime, and lassoing the bad boys. But we don't have any bad boys out here, do we?
Harrison's gonna draw one ticket.
All right, the number is 1, 0, 0.
There we go. $415 is what the winnings is. $415.
All right. Are you ready? Call it out.
Okay, the person that is going home rich is 409,285.
I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna have to verify this.
Yeah, you better check this out.
That's what I said.
Dick Bell, I'm gonna give it to you, Chevy Chevelle, because it's never been touched.
Unbelievable.
It's original car. It's a survivor. Thank you, Dick. Joe won the most dents, so I'm gonna give him that trophy.
All right.
That race car has been racing since the 1970s. I ran NASCAR on the West Coast out there while I was in the military. Still running it. I'm just 82 and I haven't stopped yet.
Way to go, Joe!
Anyway, we want to say, first of all, we are humble. You guys coming out and doing what you've done, all the vendors, everybody's participated. It's an amazing thing. We hoped it would be big. We planned for it to be big. It was big. Thank you so much for everything everybody's done out here. It's amazing. And just like you said a while ago, this is the first time we're doing anything here, but this won't be the last. And it's going to get bigger, and we're here to help. Come see these guys. The shop's open every day. We also want to make sure that we mention we've got a wild card category that basically the shop itself walked around and determined what was something that just stood out to us. Billy's down in the middle bay doing pinstriping. Right now, she's probably finishing up, but there's a cool little gold truck owned by David Doolett. Him, man, you got a cool truck. Yes, very cool truck. I think the pinstriping was done.
All I want to do is just thank everybody for coming. This is way bigger than what we thought it was going to be. And I want to thank John. He done a lot of legwork on this. He worked his butt off on it. And all the other guys, Marshall, he worked his tail off. And I just appreciate everybody coming. I hope you come back next year. Oh, yeah.
Well, my name is Billy, and I've been pinstriping for going on 3 years now. Love plastic cars, hot rods, drag cars. I'm an artist, and I just love to be able to do what I do.
So we're on the other side of the Electric City Cruise-In that we had this past Saturday, which was July 1st. A huge outpouring of support from sponsors and people that were just in the neighborhood, or people that had been planning to come for weeks as soon as they heard about it. Can't express enough how appreciative we are of everyone that participated, and we had a great time. But to back up a little bit, in the planning of this huge car show, and I'm gonna call it huge because we anticipated it being huge, and it was, but we were happy with anything that we got. But in the planning stages, you know, we were thinking, okay, what do we need? All right, we need music. We had the Anna Lee band out here. It was perfect. She did a fantastic job. Entertained out in the hot sun, but nobody even seemed to let it bother them. We knew it was hot, but we were having such a good time it didn't matter. All right, so we had the music taken care of. We had Leslie, who come out and did some singing as well, and she sounded beautifully, and she started the whole thing off. It was a good time with that. She hung out there with us as well. Then you need food. We had Uptown out here. We took care of that, and some of the best hamburgers I've had in a long time, so it was a very good support from Uptown. But we also needed a pinstriper, and so I talked to a good friend of mine, Lewis Murphy, and he hit me up with a young lady who does pinstriping, and she does a fantastic job of it. And her name is Billy Thompson. And so I messaged her on Facebook and asked her if she'd be interested in coming out and participating, and she said that she would. And so we were all planning, and we were all excited about it and everything. And so initially, you know, on the JRAP side of this little endeavor that we're taking place, there's certain components that we want to have in this bay that offers a service to the public that gets them into the mindset of nostalgia and hot rodding and all of the things that entails. One of those things is having an in-house pinstriper. So, you know, I didn't know where I was going with that at the moment, but I was kind of looking around, and when Lewis turned me on to Billy and she was on her way out to come, I said, okay, I'm gonna watch, I wanna see what she does, I wanna see what she's capable of, and we'll go from there. She come out Saturday, she hung out all day long, she did some beautiful work. It's hard not to fall in love with Billy Thompson. She and I have gotten together since then and have talked, and we've decided that we'd like to collaborate here at JRAP Restorations at the Mclees Garage. And so she's going to be a permanent fixture here to offer her services to the public. And she's here with me now, and we've been talking all morning. We've been brainstorming. We've been talking about things that we can offer, things that she's going to do, things that she can do. She's really wanting to be here as much as she can be. So that is the plan right now. Plans change, but I don't think we're going to change these. This is a good momentum in the right direction. And so I just wanted to introduce everyone to Billy Thompson and Rockin' Billy's Pinstriping.
Well, that's me. I'm Billy, and really good vibe, really good feeling. There were a lot of lot of good people here. Everyone was having a good time, and you guys were excellent hosts and made sure I had everything I needed. And just seeing all the awesome cars that were coming in and out of here, and just having my space set up to do what I do was a lot of fun. And you had good tunes playing all day and pinups walking around. That's never a bad thing. Everybody likes to watch pretty girls, so that was a lot of fun.
And that's it. That is the scene here, and I think hopefully that's what has got you coming our way, because we love this lifestyle. We love living this, and you obviously have been living it for a while now. This is your little Chevrolet behind us here, and you drive it all the time. That's awesome stuff. You were still in motion when we were there, but I didn't get to see you. But you were there working all day, doing pinstriping there as well. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, I was looking for a pinstriper, but didn't know who. You know, there's local folks here, and we would love to have anybody here, but you have a certain allurement about you. You are cool, and you're calm, and you're laid back, and you're very pretty. And the fact that you have talent as well is just, it's an amazing combo. So we need to know more about what has inspired you to do this.
Well, my grandfather was a pinstriper, and unfortunately he was pretty sick by the time I was interested in pinstriping, so I didn't get to get too much one-on-one time with him to kind of learn. But and he passed away several years ago. But that kind of motivates me with every car that I pinstripe. I kind of think I know he's looking at it, and he's proud of me. But so it's in the blood, and it's another reason I love it so much. And there's a local cab company back home that he designed the logo for, and they still use his original handwriting today on the windows. So I think it's awesome every time I see them go by. But yeah, I've been into cars and art and everything since I was little, and I've been going to car shows as long as I can remember, and just always wanted to be involved in it any way I can. And started out looking at my mom's art books, and I don't think she knew about it. I was a little bit too young. I was in elementary school, I believe, when I found some of her Boris Vallejo and Olivia and Louis Royo books. And so I started drawing pinup girls, and just always big on art. And when I found out about pinstriping, I just thought, what a way to combine my love of art and cars, and it's just kind of blown up, and I'm very passionate about it. I love it. I think about it from the time I wake up till I go to bed.
It shows. It really does show. In fact, the whole time that you were working Saturday, I noticed that you were able to keep your composure and you were focused, but yet you interacted with the people. I mean, you took time out to smile. There were people taking pictures of you the whole time, videoing you. And you just kept trudging right on. And you know, the work that you do on the fenders of the little gold truck, the tailgate piece, I mean, all of it is flawless. And the guy, he actually won a trophy. He left out of here smiling from ear to ear, and had every right to. Tell us a little bit about your little Chevrolet over here. How'd that come about?
This is my '53 Chevy 210. A friend of mine, he goes by Squirrel, he bought it, and he was sending me little teaser pictures of it all day after he bought it, and I said that's going to be mine one day. And about a year after he had it, he shows up at Steel in Motion. This was a while back. He shows up at Steel in Motion with it, and happened to park it right behind my pinstriping booth. So all weekend it's there just taunting me and teasing me, and I go and sit in it, and he cranks it up, and he's telling me all about it like he's got to sell me on it, but I was sold on it, you know, a year before when he buys it. And so I immediately after we get home from Steel in Motion, I had a little '69 Falcon Futura at the time, and I put that up for sale and got as many pinstriping jobs as I could, and just busted my butt and just made as much money as possible. And within It was about a month and a half, but that baby was mine. And
it's gorgeous.
She's my pride and joy. I put a little extra touches on her, made her my own as much as I could, and I still got a ways to go, but I drive her everywhere I can.
She got a name?
Yes, she does. She's Frankie.
Frankie. Awesome, awesome. Well, folks, this is the real deal. This is what it's all about. You're going to see a lot more of Billy here at J-Rap Restorations. I want you to come out. We're going to be giving more details as we have details to give about when, what times. It's going to be a work in progress, but it's definitely going to happen. And we need you guys to come out. If you have any kind of trinkets, cars, purses, what all have you done? I know you've done a blender.
Yeah.
I saw the blender.
Yeah.
And Christina is thrilled to death with her blender, and I saw pictures of it, and it is awesome. So what kind of stuff can you offer here?
My saying is, if it'll sit still long enough, I will stripe it. I have striped things as small as a pair of earrings this size of a quarter, and as big as a Cadillac. So pretty much anything. High heels are a pretty big hit for pinup girls, and purses, and I've done toolboxes, tool carts, signs, just about anything. Ornaments. Those are a huge hit around Christmas, and I actually start before Halloween pinstriping ornaments. I can do customize with names, pictures, pinstriping. Those are a huge hit. So.
Well, we are thrilled to death that you're here and that you have accepted the invitation up to be with us here, and we cannot wait to get started. Thank you so much.
It's mutual. I'm glad to be here.
And folks, you better come see her.